Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Vishawn Jones, visionary of Fedora Outlier LLC, and I'm in a different spot inside my kitchen. Coffee already made, and of course, it's the proverbial cup of coffee. TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. It is Hump Day, but guess what? It's the last Wednesday of the year, and a famous person, a real famous person, one that I had the pleasure of knowing, Steve Jobs, said, "The only way to predict the future is to invent it." And with those words, I created something in my mind. And I want to kind of walk you guys through the process real quick so that 2017 doesn't look like 2016 and we've grown. Um, it's amazing to literally sit here at 5 o'clock in the morning after being woke for a few hours thinking of 2017 and the things that we're going to do in 2017, and know that 6 years ago, creating Fedora Outlier LLC and helping literally thousands of people with assistive technology was something that was a thought in my head that I thought about 4 years prior when I brought my first MacBook Pro. Um, it was like a $1,800 machine, and I came from the Windows world where, for that same price, I probably could have got at that time 3, 4 computers with higher specs. But I got into that Apple world and realized that it was something different. It was something that was literally going to change the world. And I immediately planted my feet in the assistive technology realm, wanting to help the blind and disabled master their technology. And I told myself, there was no teachers out there for the Mac. There barely are any now, except for a lot of the ones that we've created. Crazy enough, just a whole side thing in itself. But 10 years ago, there were definitely not a lot of, hardly, I mean, maybe one, I mean, if that, person that knew about the Mac. And I said I was going to master it. And fast forward years later, my first series that I created was the Mac Master series. And it was for people like me who wanted to master the Mac. And it's our best selling product to date. And since then, we've created certifications. We work with Apple for the ACSP course. We teach TVIs. We train trainers. We got individual and private group teaching sessions. We have the iOS Master Series, the Work Altitude Series. We're coming out in 2017 with our own publishing company, our own media network, and I'll be launching the platform launch blueprint, teaching other people how to do it. But it was all to change the trajectory of the way that blind people were taught. And it was prehistoric 10 years ago, and crazy enough, we're still operating on that same model, even though industries that I often talk about, the television industry, the transportation industry, the movie industry, the newspaper industry, the cable industry, has all changed. Pretty much every industry you can think of has changed, including our governments. And when you think about the future and what you want it to look like, you have to be instrumental in predicting it and creating it for yourself and others around you. And it's just amazing to sit here to think of what we've done as a team here at Fedora. And as far as the team goes, listen, guys, thank you all for all your hard work that you guys have put in, all the questions that you've asked, all the things that you've done to push assistive technology forward. Because if you're asking the questions and we're coming up with the answers, then we're helping to solve a problem. And we've been put in a position to do so. So everybody, it's too many of you all to name. I don't want to not name anyone. It's 34 of you guys now. Man, it's just all a dream. 6 years ago. Mm. Um, so listen, man, the only way to predict the future is to invent it. You create it. If there's no jobs for the disabled, create it. Become the employer. God said he'll make you the head and not the tail. He'll make your enemies your footstool. You know, people will tell you that you can't do it. I promise you that. People will tell you that nobody's ever done it before. What do you say to that? You give up. There was never a Tesla until the gentleman created it. So, let's change the world. Let's invent our own future. And let's change the world together.